Well, the genesis of Neverwinter Nights was pure coincidence of just working with some friends who had similar interests or access to things, and then all of a sudden you look at something, you're in the shower one morning and you go, oh, wait a second, I know how we could do that. So in 88, 89, we were working on very early graphical games and text-based games for AOL, which at that time was still called Quantum Computer Services, which was a much bigger mouthful. And so we were trying to do innovative things, this whole idea of, okay, now we can be social, now we can bring people together, not just in their homes to play games, now we can bring them together over telephone lines, which is the way we thought of it at the time. So we were also working on Gold Box Dungeons and Dragons role-playing games for SSI. And so one of the holy grails of the early days of online was that all adventure games were in text. And I had written text adventures for many years. And so role-playing games, RPGs, were in text if you had any kind of multiplayer component, because you couldn't just get the speed on these old slow connections. So we were working on the AOL games, and as we worked on Dungeons & Dragons with SSI, I started to think, wait a second, if we made these series of compromises over on the Dungeons & Dragons side as an RPG, we could take this system, put it on AOL, and we would have a graphical multiplayer RPG. And so I was just fortunate to be able to have access to all the people. So I talked to Chuck Krogel at SSI, and Chuck really liked the idea. We talked to Jim Ward at TSR, who controlled the Dungeons & Dragons license, and he liked it. And I called Steve Case at AOL, who at that time we worked directly with Steve and with a producer named Kathy McHugh. And Steve and Kathy both liked the idea. And the irony is, our meeting where we got everybody together and agreed we were going to do this was in the Excalibur Hotel in Las Vegas in 1989. And the Excalibur is a medieval castle format, so it just seemed appropriate for D&D that it all started there.